When we get to 80,000 subscribers, I'll choose 2 subscribers at random to pick 5 wallets of their choice from my inventory of over 400 wallets. Those are ones that we've reviewed and ones that are still in inventory. If you're already a subscriber, don't worry, but share it with your friends because the faster we get there to 80,000, the sooner 2 lucky people will get the wallets they want. I have here the Hayvenhurst Capsule Carbon Fiber Wallet and the Ekster Carbon Fiber Card Wallet. They look roughly the same, but how different really are they?
Are we really so different?
We have them both here. We have the Ekster and we have the Hayvenhurst. Let's start with the incumbent. This is the Ekster Carbon Fiber Card Wallet. We've done quite a few reviews on different card wallets in the Senate and the Parliament, all kind of different variations. But I've really come to like the Senate platform, which is what they use to carry over here for the card holder. So first, we know that we have an interior card slot, and it's a little box. We have some cards here that they always send, give you information. And it has a lifter at the bottom, has capacity of 6 cards, and a very, very smooth trigger mechanism here. It's made from space-grade carbon fiber. If we flip this over, we can see we have a metal plate. If I push this up, it gives you another example. It's expanded RFID plate, RFID, but this is metal, and that's okay. And I really love this plate. This has been a favorite of mine on the Senate platform because of what it can carry. And with that, that is kind of a quick review of that. Now, let's move on to the Hayvenhurst Carbon Fiber Capsule Wallet. Let's pull it out here. You know, looks very much the same. It's got a carbon fiber box, same kind of lifter. You can hear the mechanism here. And this button is a bit catchy. It isn't as smooth for sure. It does have a strap. On the Ekster, the strap is silicone. On the Hayvenhurst, it is elastic. No plate on the back. It just gives you the ability to put additional cards or cash folded twice on the back, in addition to what you're able to carry in the box. Okay, that was easy stuff. Now let's get into the details. Let's look at card capacity. So we have the Ekster here. And I have 5 cards, 2 of which are embossed, 3 that are flat. We put this in here. You can see that it goes in nice and smooth and ejects nice and smooth. Notice this fan. We'll talk about this fanning of the cards a little bit later. We turn this over. You can get an additional 9 cards in here. Let's get some. All right, let's see what we got here. We've got embossed 4, 5 embossed cards, 6 embossed cards here, plus a driver's license, and we should throw in just 3 notes here just for the fun of it. We have to fold that twice, put this here, get this out and ready to go. And away we go. In we go. And it all just kind of slides right in, just like this. A significant amount, actually. I got 6 cards in here, plus some cash, and an ID. I mean, this is where you would carry your health insurance card. You could put your transit card in here. Anything that isn't really going to fit in here, because this is really built for credit cards. Now let's move on to the Hayvenhurst. Same 5 cards, 2 embossed, non-embossed. Put this in, and we will do our ejection test. Let's do that again. See that? Interesting. And let's get the 6 additional embossed cards and our ID. This slips in a little easier. It's elastic, so it's a little more flexible than the silicone that we have there. And we have our 2 slips of cash. The problem that that many have expressed over time when we're talking about slim wallets and putting things on the exterior is that all of your cash, all of your contents are exposed. With the Ekster, with this plate we have here, it is protected both from a privacy perspective and holding all of your contents down. Let's move on to some comparative items here. Let's look at the height. The Ekster is taller than the Hayvenhurst. It's 4.24 inches. The Hayvenhurst is 4.17. If we put these right close together, you can kind of see that deficit in the height of the Hayvenhurst. Get those even right there. The width. The Ekster is slimmer than the Hayvenhurst, 2.36 inches, and the Hayvenhurst is 2.53. And as mentioned through the card test, we have the difference in the type of band. The Hayvenhurst is elastic and the Ekster is silicone. And we have this back plate that I mentioned provides a different degree of presentation. So what do we think now? Are they the same? Well, not really. So how different really are they? Okay, this is my favorite part. Let's take a look inside each of the wallets.
I'm gonna take a look inside, see if it triggers anything.
Look at the sidewalls. They have friction pads, and that's to prevent cards from launching out of the top of the wallet when you extract them. The Hayvenhurst uses felt pads on both sides. Now, if we look at the mechanism at the bottom, the lifter mechanism, it looks like the kind of that rough button push, that kind of stuttering push, maybe due to that arm rubbing on the anchor point at the bottom. And also notice that the spread arm is thin. Now let's look at the Ekster. It has a friction strip on the one side, not the other, and it's rubber and it goes all the way down the entire side. This should last longer over time due to the surface area versus felt, which, that has a higher intensity of friction in my mind than the rubber would. And looking at the lifter mechanism, the button is smooth. There's no friction, no stuttering, and the spread arm is double the width of the Hayvenhurst. And I want to load both of these up with cards. I want to show this to you again, the importance of what it means for ejection of the cards. So if we look at the Ekster, you can hear the button, very smooth, no stuttering, and notice how it presents the cards. The fanning is very smooth and very consistent. That's because of the double wide lifter we have down there. If we pull up the Hayvenhurst, we can get a feel here that the button is a bit clicky. You've got to press it hard, and there's some friction. That might be a haptic that you really like, but if we look at the presentation, it's a little haphazard, and that is because the lifter arm is, well, it's thinner than the Ekster, and you'll notice that it really starts to launch it out a lot further than when we do the Ekster. Okay, and the reason for this is because of the friction pads that we have in here. We have the rubber one on the Ekster, and all we have are felt pads on both sides in the Hayvenhurst. With all that said, there is a distinction between the two. So finally, what's the price of each? The price shouldn't be surprising. The Ekster is $103 and the Hayvenhurst is $30. That's what you get by way of quality when you have something that's priced less. If you like this, watch this video next. As we discovered, there's always something to consider when making a choice, and it's not always based on price. We'll see you in the next review. Bye.